Good morning students. Welcome to our first video of class MOS. Our new subject name is MOS, that is Methodology of Science. This paper deals with the history of science and scientific development. This paper is a philosophical paper, otherwise fully theory oriented paper. There is no lab for this paper. Today I have an intro class for you about MOS. First topic is history of science. There is a definition for this history of science, that is, the history of science is a study of the history of ideas. Once again, the history of science is the study of the history of ideas. It helps us to understand the present better and to guide our course to the future. We know that science has always a progressing one, right? Let us go through the historical content of science with the different contributors of different part of the earth. First of all, I give an example. 2000 years ago, people of Alexandria performed a simple experiment to calculate the circumference of earth. They got an answer 39,638 km. The modern estimate of earth circumference is 4008 kilometers. The error was less than 1%. However, you can imagine that the first experiment was done 2000 years ago. They also provide very accurate result without the help of any modern device. That means the history of science and the history of scientific inventions have some importance, which is relevant to understand the present technology better. So, the entire paper deals with the history of science and the philosophical approaches on scientific theories. Philosophy of science. Now I give a brief lecture about philosophy of science. I define it here. That is, philosophy of science deals with the logic of ideas. Once again, philosophy of science deals with the logic of ideas, where ideas include scientific fact, theory, principle. Otherwise, it may be a phenomenon or an incident too. The philosophy of science that explain how the idea that form its origin, and it may contribute anything to the society. Likewise, all other relevant things that related to the idea. Also all the concepts that arise behind the formation of this idea. Okay? I noted in the PowerPoint, people have a scientific temper to know the reality. Once again, people have a scientific temper to know the reality. What does it mean? No, every person in this world have a temper or have a tendency to know about a fact when it is new for them. If we faced an unfamiliar situation in our life, we need an answer. What is it and how it's happened? They are the two natural questions that arise in our mind. That curiosity of our mind is called scientific temper, and the question that arises due to this scientific temper is called a scientific inquiry. I think the idea is clear for you. Next topic is origin of scientific inquiry. Origin of scientific inquiry that lay down in the prehistorical era is classified into 4 time periods. First one is Paleolithic Age or Old Stone Age, then the Neolithic Age or New Stone Age, after that the Bronze Age, finally the emergence of civilization. The emergence of civilization is classified into 4 categories, that are the Tigris Euphrates Valley, the Nile Valley, the Indus Valley, and early China. Come to Paleolithic Age. In Paleolithic Age, the human beings were use rough stones as their weapon, and they hunted animals and collected their food from their surroundings. That humans were leads a wandering lifestyle. Also, they lived in caves, and the use of fire is another significance of that era. Next one is Neolithic Age. In this Neolithic Age, the human beings were used smooth and polished stones as their weapon. They're very sharp, so they were able to do their work fast, and the number and quality of weapon were increased. At that time, they started agriculture, animal husbandry, and made clay vessel for home use. And they begin to live group life. That means they made settlements. And another important thing is that the invention of wheel was one of the revolutionary change that occurs in Neolithic Age. Next one is Bronze Age. The Bronze Age is a time period when people made tools from an alloy called bronze. Bronze is a mixture of mainly copper and tin. During the Bronze Age, many people crossed the sea from mainland Europe to Britain. They traveled in a long wooden boat. The boat carried people, animals, and trading goods. They were loaded with the metal from mines, port, and jewelry. The next topic is emergence of civilization. That will be explained in the next video section. The following slide shows the images of different ages. Let us go through it.